Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Vishal VFX. So today tutorial is all about day to night conversion. So this is an interesting topic. I have just used the old footage of mine, which was happened to be this, which was we have just added a mountain over here. So you can just definitely go in this shot and learn how to add a mountain by replacing the sky. Okay, so just let me hold this. So in this tutorial entirely, you just gonna learn the certain techniques and what are the things that we need to keep in mind while we are doing day to night conversion shots. Okay, guys. So I hope you like this video. Please do subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon. Thank you. So today tutorial is all about day to night. We're gonna change these entire. I'm just hold for a second. We're just gonna change the entire footage into night and make it look like realistically night as much as possible in a short span of time. And definitely, if you have not watched this video previously, it is from the DMP which I have uploaded, and you can check in playlist as well. We are gonna use this. So definitely, one more thing that I want to add before starting day to night video, so that I have just rendered out the alpha for of the house, so that I can use this alpha rather than just doing roto work and all. So it's just a better idea that we can do it simply. And I have sky over here. So definitely I'm just gonna copy two things from here. The first is the track, because I'm not going to track it again. And the second thing is I'm just gonna take the scan for day to night, and definitely you need to render it in AEX so that it can store alpha information. JPEG doesn't store an alpha information. That's the bad thing, I think so. But definitely they have specific tabs. Okay, so we are just switching back to day to night. So yeah, here we are. So I have four elements right now here, and definitely this is in Milky Way. We will just try to not try to add it or not. It just depend later on. And I have two smoke images. Okay, so I have just downloaded it from internet. So let's start. The first thing we need to do over here is check your project setting. Is it HD? Yeah, and the frame range is set. Definitely, like I've said before as well, that while using any element or anything, you just need to reformat it at the very beginning, so that if they have different resolution, they come under the pipeline in which you are working right now. So reformat, reformat. Okay, so I have applied reformat to both of them. And so I have alpha for this, which is really good for me. Okay, so first thing we need to do is take a key. Okay, we need to have the alpha of the sky. So in order to do that, switch, invert, remove it as much as we can, have alpha. This much is okay. Guys, do watch my Kings videos, so definitely it gonna help you understand that the stuff which I'm doing right now. I'm just gonna remove this, and definitely here as well. So I have a clean alpha right now. I just need to make it opaque. Okay, definitely this much is okay. I'll take no roto, and just roughly I'm just gonna add it over here, so that I just have an opaque alpha over here as well. Take it. So now I have opaque alpha. So now the king work is done. Before that, let us just things we need understand what are the things that we need to look out. Okay, so first thing you need to look out is that you need a proper sky. So whenever you're doing any day to night shot, like if you want to do some work or something, always set your sky first, because it's gonna help you a lot to understand the color and everything. That's the first basic step. Okay, so right now what I'm doing, I'm just taking my sky, and I'm taking stars as well. Well, they're pretty much big. Let's take them slightly low, make them, yeah, we can lose them. Definitely one more we can take. I'll just take it from here and place it over here somewhere. That is okay. I can remove this stencil out from here. Hey, just a second. Well, we'll fix those later on, and let me just make it more properly, arrange it more properly. Yes, this is okay. Now we're gonna use the track which I've copied. Okay, so this is the just a basic setup that I have my sky over here, and which is quite big, I think so. The sky, let us lose some of it. Let us take this much area, brush. All frame, and we change it to screen so that they both feel the same. The stars especially, I'm just gonna blur this one, so definitely the stars on the topmost region, and definitely this guy at the most region, and this is really too much saturated. Let us lose some saturation. So this much is okay, and the sky is slightly, I mean I think so we need to scale it, because as you can see this is really small. Let us just scale it slightly. This much is helpful, I think so, or else we can take, yeah, pretty much good. So what are the things that we need to look at? First thing that we did is just place the sky, so that roughly that we know that how much we need to expose it down. And the second thing you need to look out is the light source that you're going to place in your in the entire scene. So definitely I have just this is my native place, so definitely I know where the light is, so which is really good for me. And definitely if you don't know, you just look out in your sky, and that where you can place it. Okay, so definitely there is a light bulb over here, and this the two windows are really these two windows are open, but the less light gonna come through. Okay, so the second thing is you should look after always after the shadow, that yeah, night scene doesn't have cast like the moon doesn't cast such a strong shadow, or in the night scene if the any light source is there, So that's the only thing that gonna cast a shadow, but not this looks really sunlight. So whenever you shoot for day now, like if you want to just change it to night and you are planning to shoot it in day, and then you are planning to change it in the pre-product, like post-production, you're just planning to change it to the night. So definitely avoid to have shoot in the like really daytime around 2:12 to 3, so that the shadow is not so much dark, and not so much sharp as well. So try to like after 4 you can just shoot it, so it get easier for you as well, so that it casts less shadow, and it gives you more like less contrast image. Definitely that's the most important thing. Right now what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to take our image definitely down to somewhat level, and we need to lose saturation, a really good one, so that sorry, we know where the scene is about to go. Okay, let's lose the saturation as well in the meanwhile at the same time, and definitely you need to look out at the levels as well. So as you can see, the whenever I'm just grading it down, so the blacks are getting too much black, as you can see right now. These are getting too much black. It hardly has any information right now, you can see. Okay, so you need to look after that as well. So just take your like black levels slightly up, so that you don't lose black meanwhile you're doing this, and let's lose more, slightly more saturation, and you definitely see that this is a warm, really warm uh, tone. So definitely take another grade, change it to slightly like night scene, add some blue around them. Okay, just a little bit to match your sky. Now you can see with just within like 2 nodes we almost achieve certain amount of details. Like we just downgraded everything, and definitely we need to work on the integration over here, and that's the least bothered thing that I'm just about bothered about that thing. So now I have introduced much more black. If you can see, lightly just lift your black slightly more, so that it doesn't look too much contrasty. The levels needs to be maintained every time, and you definitely need to work on level every time. The in the day to night conversion, the most common mistake is all about levels. They don't work on levels, so that whenever you see that the certain things looks weird in the night, and it doesn't look like a day to night VFX, so it's just because of your levels. They don't bother about, they just graded like super blue, like this kind of thing, and they hardly are bothered about the sky. They are hardly about the bothered about the levels, which is the main thing over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna lose certainly this much of details. Okay, let's do some kind of like a rough integration work, so that we can proceed further. Guys, please do watch the king videos, so that you know what I'm doing over here. Just that this stuff doesn't get like up from over your head. Okay, so grading it slightly, take it inside, much more inside, and blur it. I need to blur this as well. Clamp always, alpha must be clamp. So one more thing, erode, pre-mult, erode. not too much of blur, just slightly less blur. So now we have a sky really maintained. So some amount of really neat and tidy work will like eventually we are just if you can see the footage is really looking good, like slightly much better than it was looking before. Like we are almost achieved the details just within a small amount of time and with the right technique. Or else if you just if you don't know certain things that you need to like always keep in your mind, so you're gonna go, you just gonna never end up at the proper place. You just gonna like roam here and there after. Okay. Let's lose slightly black, and this much is okay. So we have almost achieved a good result, like without losing certain details or anything. This is definitely a good achievement. Now we need to work on shadows. That we need to kill this, make it slightly blur. Just for an example, like I'll take a blur over here and take a roto slightly. I need to be precise, really precise in this thing, and blur it. I'm just gonna have small blur on the roto. Okay. So definitely we have just lost the hard shadow, which could have been really problematic for us later on, but definitely we have done that needful, and we'll do it over here as well. And we need to drag, that's the most important thing. Okay, let's do for this guys as well. Try to remove as much as shadow is possible. Like I do believe that it might get difficult for certain shadows to be removed, but okay, what's gone wrong? Just a second. There's something wrong with the viewer. There was something wrong with the viewer. It might happen sometime with you as well. So you just need to delete and take a new one. So this is like a really helpful thing that you can see over here in this part. We lose the shadow detail and the sharpness, and it looks really good. So let me pause this and do it quickly. So I have tracked as well. I have did my some roto work. So now you can see uh, we lost most of the shadow, and definitely there are certain things we need to lose as well. So like this, the sharpness, the part is looking really dark, which is not which should not be the case. And definitely there are some over here as well, as we're gonna do it later on, definitely. So now let's think about let's get rid of this later on. Yeah, those aren't the thing that I'm really bothered right now. So now you can see we are at pretty much good stage for our day to night video. And what else things that is gonna matter is that while grading it down, you definitely need to match this both at first. Okay, then you need to have a grade at the end, so that you can definitely slightly have like much more moonlight if you want, like this, like slightly more blue to your scene, so that you can definitely have it later on. So this is the thing that you can do whenever you want, and slightly on black as well. Okay, small stuff, but definitely make your shot look good. Right now what we are supposed to do is take a pen node. I'll tell you why. Because we are supposed to create a light. So we'll go over here near a light, take a pen node, slightly like this and paint it over here. Let's see in a comp, how does it look? This is really tiny. Blur it. So this is our bulb. We can make it bigger if you want. What I'm supposed to do is take a grade node and change it to like give a bulb color. Okay, and let me just put a track as well. Now we need to add a glow because the bulb always have a glow around himself. Okay, we can go like a little bit bright to some extent like this, but definitely this is really tiny bulb right now and we can do certain things later on. I'll take a grade node once over here and I'll put it the mask. I will take this mask, okay, this one, and I'm just gonna erode this mask to a really good level. As you can see, this is box, that's why the filter must be changed to Gaussian so that you have this, you get this result. Okay, definitely to this extent. Now why I'm doing this is just to add the fall off that this light, this bulb is bright. Okay, I've not done just this is a simple step. Okay, let's check an erode. Alpha is really small. Erode everything. Okay, blur, color, glow, added. This is increased, and we have added our blur over here. And we'll take our glow, this part, this region down, because whenever the bulb is there, its intensity goes down and it's not going to reflect it over here because this is in the front section and this is in the back. Okay, so now I'm just gonna add the color which bulb is emitting right now, and I'm gonna blur this. So this is all about just small stuff. The light of the bulb, we can control this thing with the help of this. Now so you can see that if I just increase this, and I need to change it to Gaussian as well, so definitely the lights get changes automatically, which is really cool stuff. That if whenever I try to like take the intensity to like almost this level, I'll get this result easily. Now I need to change, like slightly work on color, which is to yellow. Definitely I don't need it to be yellow, slightly like this. Okay, blur it slightly more. So this is a bulb right now and it's creating certain lights. Now the most important thing, close it. It's too red now just okay, I'll just remove this and slightly like this. The bulb is okay. So right now the bulb setup is ready to some extent for us, and this is a comp. Okay, this is not final yet. We have to work on many things right now, but this is an idea that we can approach in a really small time. So now what are the things that we can get stuck and we need to look after? Certainly the first thing you need to look after is the black levels. So definitely you can see the blacks level are pretty much good. Nothing is like out of control dark for us. It's just a proper match. Okay, so the main attention of this footage is like the house. Okay, so definitely we have too much of light on the ground. So what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to take the ground lights down. Take a grid node. I have a track which is really helpful for me right now. Take a roto. And I'm just gonna take a rough roto quickly, uh, like this, and take the brightness down to some level like this, and I'm just gonna blur it supremely. Okay, so when we lose light, the ultimate attention becomes our house. Definitely that's what we are supposed to do right now. Okay, always focus on the small things like this, that which will enhance your result. Okay, so I'll do the same for this part as well. I don't want this region to be really super bright. We'll take this down. Cool, like we can just take it more, and in, like lifts the black slightly. Okay, so taking it down, lifting the black, making the house a really major source of calm for us. So now as you know that we have copied the alpha for house as well, we can take the alpha from the house. Okay, take a grid node. This whole thing needs to be done before our light. Okay, that's the basic idea you need to keep in mind, because after this the lights plays the role, which is a really important one. Okay, if you want to just connect this node directly to your scan, select both of them, like first this and second this, and press Y, so your knob gets connected automatically. Okay, let loose house light of the house a bit. Okay, like this, and slightly add some lift the blacks as well slightly, and the blacks are mostly red. When it was okay, let us see the result. So definitely this is really looking good. Within a short span of time we are just achieving what we need. Okay, house is getting dark, and definitely we are working we need to work over here slightly on the lights, and really this part is getting too much. Black levels is the most important thing while doing day to night conversion. This is really looking too much black, and the area over is, I don't know why this is too much bright. We need to get rid of this brightness as well, and we're gonna go further as well. So let's take a track, and taking a light to like at the end. Again, take a roto. Black levels need to be fixed right now. The intensity is good of the house. Okay, now we are just working on black levels. There is a, this is too much black. I'll take a route over here as well. These two are the region only, I think so, too much black. Okay, let's give it a track and blur it to some extent. So now you see that we end up really good right now. Okay, the house light is good, and slightly, like if we worked good on shadow, then we get much more good result. Okay, so now the most important thing is that whenever there is like we add sky, the upper part is always dark. The part around here you always look, it's mostly dark because the light doesn't get bounce off, the light coming from this from the sky, from the moon. Okay, they get bounce off near, like whenever see the, like if you go online and look for anything, night sky, night mountain sky, you definitely you're gonna see this area slightly lit up, that the light is reflecting back with the color on it. Okay, let me show you how. We'll take this particular region. Okay, this is just a rough photo, and like this we're just gonna add slight light like this and blur it at a good extent. The good thing for us was that the light was already there, like you can see gradually. This is the best reference that I can give it to you. The usually the light over here is there, and definitely because of the city light this is warm, but definitely if we just look at ultimately this region, so definitely we have this much of output. Okay, slightly get this is always optional, that you need to add, like if you want you can add, or you can just leave it like that only, but adding it makes it really good. Okay, and the one more thing, we need to darken the upper portion slightly so that it falls off really good. Hmm. So now things are at the good stage. What else is missing in the shot? So definitely now you can see the saturation of the background is too much lost, and this is looking slightly green. Okay, so whenever there is a night scene, the saturation get really low, and you don't see too much of green and all in the entire scene. So definitely we need to work on that as well. Take a roto, a grade and roto. This stuff's never gonna leave you, because you're fixing something which require this such kind of work. We'll take this area, and the best part is I have the roto of the house, like alpha of the house. So we're gonna go here. This is the alpha of the house. Taking it, stencil. So I have this much region to look after right now. We're just gonna add, like first thing we need to do is take a CC node and reduce the saturation at a bit, not too much, this much. Okay, and add certainly some blue to them. This is good, making it feel good. Yeah, and this part is really too much dark, I think so. Where is it? Why is it so? Yeah, because of this. Let's take a black level to back to where it is supposed to be. So now you can see a really good result. Small small details doing a really good work for us. Now the house light was getting too much red. Okay, where is it? Where is the grid node? It's going too much red. Take it to the warm. That much is good. This area is really bright. Take a roto. I'll just ramp it up like this. Stencil. House. Take a track. And we need to remove this area as it is separately. So now you can see small thing plays a huge role. The comp is looking good. So the sky is I think so slightly blue, like it's too much saturated. Let's lose slightly. Yeah, this much is good. Now what we need to do is we need to add light inside, like the light is on inside. We'll do that as well, but before that let's switch to our main topic, which is adding smoke. So definitely there is a night, you see a lot of dust and the way certain amount of smoke starts to be visible at the night because it's cold and chilling. So I've just have this proper element for us which gonna help us that this is the plane, and I'll screen this amount of smoke, and definitely we need to change the grade. This is warm, we need to change it to blue. This is blue at some extent. Now we have added slightly mist as well. You can add at the back of this house as well, so it looks good, much better. And now we can add some specks on the grass, as the moon. We can assume that this is moist, and definitely the moonlights and everything is getting reflected on the grass. So we can just retain certain details if you want. This is just optional thing that if you need to do it, you can do it, or it just depend on you. Like what we can do, the small details makes much more sense to the comp. Go over here. So these are the specs for us right now. We'll take this. Come on, my boy. We'll take this as well. Reveal back some of the spec. The brighters are getting too much bright. We'll fix those as well. It's not a big issue. So the specs also plays a good role, which is a really good one. Adding some spec back. These two are already getting too much of spec details for our grass. Yeah. So this is one thing. Now we work on the window inside light. What we can do is let us just check the speed of this. Yeah, this much is okay. It's not to be like worried thing to be worried about. What we can do to add light is take a constant. I think so. What can work best for us? Constant. Yes. Where is my light? How's light? Okay, that was for single frame. Okay, change it to live. All frame. I'll take this constant over here. Add it. Oh, what happened? Nothing to worry about. We'll take a gear. Go to a scan. The lights matte. We need this matte so that our light is inside. We're gonna give this as a matte, and definitely we just need lights on these 4 blocks. 1 2 3 4. Take a roto. It would be much better that if I take the mask over here instead of doing mask here. Mask. Change this to screen. Change it to mask. So we have light only on this part. Change this to screen. And now let us just fix how much light do we want inside. So this much is okay. It shouldn't feel like the too much of light is coming out, because already there's a like dim light inside, and we need to lose this to intensity. So there shouldn't be much light coming out of it. You can lose slightly more just to make it feel. And definitely window we need to track. So this much light is good. Adding some like little bit of variation to the comp. And one more thing is doing some small stuff, like let us get rid of this black and the black over here slightly, as well as over here. Might help us a comp look much better. So this goes before light. Black over here, over here as well. This one is too deep. and this entire thing is to be deep, adding blur as much as we can and taking black. Okay, why so? So this is our result within a really short span of time. So as you can see, this is totally dependent how much blue do we want. If we want this way, we can have this way. If we want this way, we can have this way. If we want half, we can take it to slightly half. It's totally dependent on us. We need to fix this as well. Let's fix that as well before winding up. Okay, alpha is an issue, that's why. What I can do is the simple stuff. Take a roto, bracket, get it down. Let's see in comp. Is it this? No, this. Yeah, slightly more down so that we see these and lift them back up in RGBA alpha. So the alpha is an issue over here. We'll fix this. Alpha first. Yes, much better. So that is fixed. Why is it so? Getting like a disturb live. Yeah, much better. Why? What is this? Is it from comp? It's coming from the backside. This is some kind of stuff from moon. Definitely, I think so. It's just a single paint work job. Take a paint node, clone it if you want. Okay, not applied. Applied. Yeah. Okay, format clip. No. So this is a final output. Really good one, and we can add vignette. Definitely vignette. Vignette is the most important thing to make your shot look good. Take a roto like this, slightly blur, and then take the grid down. Not this, we need to invert it so that it's outside mostly, and blur this much to some extent. Let's get it down. It just depends on you, the way you want. Definitely good vignette, helping a lot. So this is it, guys. I hope you liked this video and you learned something new. And please guys, do subscribe to my channel, like this video and click on the bell icon. Thank you guys.